Good evening and greetings, and my deep gratitude to you for including me in this appreciation of Jenny. I'm going to talk about the birth of Saide. The concept of a distance education institute was a twinkle in the eyes of a prominent international group of educators. They included Tim Sheehy, who was head of the European Union in South Africa, Lord Michael Young, one of the founders of the Open University, and John Samuel, who at the time was holding the responsibility for the ANC education portfolio. They asked me to set in place the broad foundations of what would become Saide. A committee was formed which included Sibusiso Bengu, later the Minister of Education, Franklin Sonn, later an ambassador to the United States, and Sedupe Ramakgopa, director of the Black Community Projects, who later was chairman of Saide, and myself. This committee conducted interviews for the position of the director of Saide. Among the interviewees was Jenny Glennie. Jenny entered the room with a file of papers which she opened at the beginning of the proceedings and consulted during the interview. The interview was long, and the board learnt a lot. After the interview, when Jenny had left the room, Franklin Sonn, a very open and expressive person who had been sitting closest to Jenny, exclaimed, "Yes, like. Not only did she prepare the answers, she also prepared the questions. That girl can run the world." Well, indeed. I confidently feel that I can represent the pleasures of the committee, whose vision has been so effectively realized by Jenny and her colleagues in decades of extraordinary commitment, creativity, perseverance, and skill. We salute Jenny's leadership. Our best wishes with her successor and the Saide staff for continued strength and success in Saide's sterling endeavors. Thank you.
Hi, Jenny. Thank you for your outstanding leadership and to your contribution to the development of education in democratic South Africa. You have demonstrated what is possible even under the most testing circumstances. Your leadership in building Saide into one of the leading educational organizations in South Africa with an African footprint is an outstanding contribution to education in this country. Congratulations and welcome to the special club, the Retirees Club of South Africa.
In September 1993, Jenny asked me to come on board for 3 months to coordinate Saide's launching workshops. The brief: organize 11 workshops with Open University gurus in Johannesburg, Pretoria, Cape Town in October and November. Jenny believed it was possible. I was energized to make it happen. This was my introduction to Jenny's positive can-do approach. Then she asked me to stay on. I did, for 20 years. What an invigorating, life-affirming and transforming journey it was being part of the small, dynamic Saide team that took on daunting tasks and found creative ways of succeeding. Thank you, Jenny, for your bold, courageous, can-do, forward-looking leadership that enabled a culture of sharing, cooperating, supporting, reflecting, learning, evolving. As you move into the next phase of your journey, may you experience the joy of exploring new opportunities that fill you with purpose and meaning.
Hi Jenny, greetings from Vancouver. Congratulations on the new milestone in your life. I can't think of anybody more deserving of the chance to sit back, relax and put your feet up. Over the years, you've seen Saide grow from having a national impact to a regional impact to a Pan-African and now a Pan-Commonwealth impact. The nice thing about retirement is that you set the protocols. You don't have to worry about the placement of sovereign forwards, nor the placement of flags. You set the rules, and I hope they're good ones, and that you really enjoy your retirement.
My name is Neil Butcher. My work experience with Jenny dates back to the very early days of Saide, when I was employed fresh out of university as a junior researcher. She tells me that she successfully used to be able to set her watch by the punctuality of the time that I would leave the office every day, which seems like many ages ago. But it's been a tremendous privilege, and I felt honored to have been able to work with and learn from Jenny in the 30 plus years of our working relationship since that time, and of the friendship that has grown from that. Much or even most of the success that I've gained is built on top of valuable lessons that I learned from her, both in terms of running an organization and in terms of her deep and profound educational knowledge. I wish her all the best as she moves into this new phase of her life, and look forward to staying in touch with you, Jenny, as you go into the next phase of your journey.
Ms. Jenny Glennie was appointed by the Minister of Higher Education and Training in 2013 to oversee the establishment of Solplaatje University. She chaired the Interim Council and has served as the Deputy Chair of Council. Jenny has achieved greatness in the higher education landscape with the utmost humility, rectitude, and fortitude that few around the world can replicate. With her wealth of experience in higher education, Jenny has made a profound contribution to the core business of Solplaatje University. She has also laid a solid foundation of sound governance. Jenny, your impeccable integrity, strategic thinking, innovative guidance, and ethical leadership has greatly benefited Solplaatje University. Surely, the successes achieved by this young university can be attributed to the fact that it was guided by one of South Africa's finest minds during its transformational years, and that's you, Jenny. I must also pay my debt of gratitude to you for your selfless continuous support of the former Chair of Council, the late Justice Mokgoro, and I during your tenure as the Deputy Chair of Council. You have been a true friend and a dependable sister. The Council of the University deeply value the extraordinary services you have rendered. May the sun shine upon you always, my dear friend and sister. Wishing you a healthy, joyous, and well-deserved retirement. So long, my friend. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Maggie Linnington. Jenny, we worked together on the food security project that ran throughout the Eastern Cape, and it was such fun to develop and to implement and to work so closely with you on something that made a huge impact, mainly through your leadership and through your guidance. I worked with you in UNISA Council, where your integrity could never, ever, ever be doubted. You are going to leave a legacy of impact, and a legacy that's going to be hard for anyone else to come close to. Whatever you're doing in your future, enjoy it. Good luck. I know you'll have fun. Thanks.
Good day. My name is Mpine Makwe, and I was asked to talk about Jennifer Glennie. And Jenny Glennie and I have known each other for many years, and it's very difficult to be given 2 minutes or less to talk about her. But in any case, I had to think about what Jenny personifies in terms of Southern Africa. And I thought of a morula tree. A morula tree is one of those rare trees that we have in the continent that is very resilient and that can stand its ground and survive the harshest weather, especially droughts in Southern Africa. Like Jenny, who vigorously campaigned for equitable access to education under extreme aggressive conditions of apartheid South Africa, she still stood her ground and continued to campaign to ensure that the fruits that she is producing are going to be around for much longer when she has left. The morula tree, the reason I'm using the morula tree is that the female tree is the one that produces fruit, and it produces more than 5,500 kilograms of fruit a season. And it has been doing that for many years, and the fruits are nutritional, and the fruits that have been used. And I could personify the Morula tree and think about it in terms of Jenny, who throughout her life has spent her life capacitating distance education practitioners, being extremely innovative and being a trailblazer in the field. And now she's taking a bow, and she has done very well. And we hope that even when she is out there, her legacy will remain for many, many years to come, even more than 10,000 years to come. And we hope that will continue on your journey, will carry on your baton, so that we do not lose what you have fought for many years, even though you didn't have to. But it is your passion, it is your drive, and it is your strong belief that every person, every individual have a capacity to learn, have a capacity to belong to higher education, and to ensure that we can reach every person, and every resource that has been produced using taxpayers' money must be made accessible. Education is not for sale. Thank you for teaching us that. Thank you.